Okay, this microphone is very shitty. I apologize. I lost everything. So I have to say everything all over again. It's fine because their original version of this was way too fucking long. So I just want to say, basically in a nutshell, take off these headphones. I'm sick of human culture, specifically normal people culture, normie people culture. There's nothing wrong with I gotta keep my voice down. There's nothing wrong with fetishes and kinks. There's nothing wrong with having a weird sexuality, you know, as long as it's good, legal, and safe. I follow Aleister Crowley and stuff like that. But I'm trying to fight the sickness, this physical illness that I'm going through. I don't know what it is. I think it's an aneurysm or something. Like a descending aortic aneurysm or like a spinal tumor or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, level 222 is like the final nail in the coffin of like the simulation and stuff like that. So most people don't even get to make. Most people will not even make a video about level 222 because I mean, like the chances of making a video about that is like 1%, if not 0.1%. You're very lucky to make a video about that. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video about that. I might not have a video because that is when I'll reach my peak where you can't fight this illness anymore. Mostly physical. I'm mostly talking about physical here, not really mental. Mentally, I'm doing like the best, kind of. I'm not really depressed or anything, but I don't know what this upper back pain pulsations are. I don't know what it is. I'm not manic. I'm just speaking fast because I don't want this to be too long and I don't have that much time and I want this to be quick. This is probably why I was misdiagnosed probably with schizoaffective, because I talked so fast. And maybe I was a little bit manic. And maybe I am a little bit manic here, but I'm really talking fast because I'm trying to get the anxiety out. I'm trying to get it's really speedy here. Basically, in a nutshell, before anything happens to me, like my physical illness or whatever, you know what I mean, the aneurysm or whatever, we live on a prison planet, a reincarnation soul trap. This is what I believe. The reason why, like, so many near-death experiences are so different from one another is, one dude went to see Jesus in his near-death experience, and Jesus said, "You are loved. There's no hell," because the guy was afraid of hell all his life, and Jesus was like, "Oh yeah, there's no hell." Okay, so explain other people's NDEs where they did go to hell. That does not make any sense. I'm convinced a lot of these people with these near-death experiences don't even research near-death experiences after they have one, you know. Now, it is true that most of these people that have near-death experiences, they were never interested in it to begin with. I mean, these are just average people that don't even think about this, but even when they had it, are they talking to the other people in the community? Because they really should. They should really compare stories and realize, wait a minute, something's not adding up here. Jesus and one near-death experience, one NDE is telling me that there's heaven, another one, whoa, sorry. Something weird happened. Okay, that was weird. I don't know. Something happened with my eye. Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah, something about, like, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, sometimes Jesus has blue eyes and an NDE. Sometimes he has green eyes and an NDE. And it's just like, sometimes he tells you that there's heaven only, sometimes he tells you there's heaven and hell only, and it's like something's not adding up here. And then there seems to be a connection with the light and reincarnation. I even said this to myself outside one time. A lot of the people that go into the light, not everybody, but a lot of the people that go into the light talk about reincarnation. And I thought I was the only one that picked this up until I Googled it, and everyone else was agreeing with me indirectly. And something's adding up. And to add to this, I have a pre-birth experience myself. It's very quick, and I'm sorry. I have a pre-birth experience of looking down on my mom, pregnant. She was pregnant. I think she was wearing a black long sleeve shirt or something like that, I was looking down on her. How is that possible? How can you take people could be like, well, maybe you're misremembering a photo of her, but who the fuck takes a photo from the ceiling angle? And there was whiteness surrounding me, like I was in some kind of white dimensional heavenly space, and there was no sound or anything. That makes me believe in this even more, man. So basically, that's the wrap up of this video, is that I hate normie culture. You know what I mean? I was always afraid to dress freakishly because I had social anxiety, and I don't understand people that have social anxiety that do dress freakishly out there, because you're drawing attention to yourself. I had more IQ points to realize to not do that, to tone it, like still dress differently, but tone it down a little bit because of my social anxiety. Now, if you don't have social anxiety, you can dress in a white foundation, goth, all you want, but that's why I don't really look goth or emo. I'm kind of toned down because I don't want to seem too eccentric, you know. But basically, we live these are my beliefs. Sickness is real. She's affecting me. She's affected my friends and enemies and whatever. We live in a simulation, reincarnation, soul trap, prison planet. Alien extraterrestrials exist. It's just taking a very long time to disclose this with the UFOs. I mean, that's one step. Ghosts, I believe in ghosts more, though. I've seen and heard them. Demons, I don't know. Demons might just be angry human spirits, but it's possible that demons exist. But if demons exist, they're probably angry extraterrestrials, or maybe they're just their own kind of species demons. And then as far as all the shadow people, I don't know what the shadow people are. They affect you in sleep paralysis, but then there's people like me that have had them outside of sleep paralysis. There is a heaven, there is a hell, I think. There's definitely reincarnation in the ghost, earthbound spirit. That's basically all that I believe in, basically. There's a God? I think it's just possibly just the evil, higher dimensional beings. I think that they're extraterrestrial, but these soul trappers might not be extraterrestrials. They just might be spiritual beings in another realm tricking people. I call them extraterrestrials, but they may not be. I don't know. They're something. You know what I mean? And so yeah. Who knows? Maybe they're trapping extraterrestrial souls too. I don't know the full story about the archons and narcissism. They're the archons, and I don't know if there's a head evil god demiurge, but there definitely is. If it is, it's got to be God, obviously. And Ahriman it's actually flipped. That Ahriman, Satan, is actually the good guy, and that this god being that most people talk about is the angry, wrathful God. That, you know what I mean? And then he acts nice in the New Testament, and it just, I don't know. I don't think that's the same. I mean, it is the same God. It's just, God is yin and yang, that's why. But he leans more on the dark side of the Force, like Star Wars. But Satan isn't really like that. He leans more on the good side. And he may have a little bit of a temper, maybe, Satan, Ahriman, but that's my message. I don't know what I'm going to name this, though, but that's the message about normally society, what reality is to me, and the sickness. I gotta stop the sickness, so yeah.